Last time.
Let's go run back. Yeah, go. I hit him.
No, we won! We won 9 for 9!
Yeah!
Let's go!
Oh, dude, let's go!
That's never been done. That's never been done.
No, kill punch. Nice. Yes!
I got him.
Let's go. Good job. Filled in. 9 for 9, baby.
Debbie's gonna kill me. I'm gonna.
3 dead.
Debbie's on the
Let me ace
board.
this. Hold on. There we go. Let's go.
Let's go! Huge! We're huge!
This is not your typical evolution episode. This is a discussion episode. This will be my personal opinion on the topic of this video, and it could be a controversial one or a hot take even. So bear with me as we ride along to the beginning of Season 2. Season 2 started in May 2021 with its incredible hype after months of waiting, and plenty of new changes of maps, music and more. The event also introduces player icons as well, but that was discontinued due to the controversy itself. But that's not all the controversy that the event get right from the very start of the most hyped event yet. But it would be from the team that Scott is put into by himself. Welcome to the Evolution, and today I'll be talking about the most controversial event of all time, as well as my opinion on the most infamous team of all time, MCC 14's Aqua Axolotls. Season 2 is here, and there's a lot of changes and maps. As the old codebase yeeted out, the event is rebuilt from scratch, with 8 of your favorite games: Ace Race, Battle Box, Survival Games, Parkour Tag, Sky Battle, Hole in the Wall, To Get to the Side, and of course, everyone's favorite, Build Mart. There's also a lot of new maps introduced. Build Mart got golden builds, and oh boy, it was an event full of changes indeed. The other change, and the very first controversy that is not related to MCC 14 Aqua, is the team announcements. Now, this event introduces some cool art for the team announcements, but that comes some controversies regarding the art of quality and the artist backgrounds themselves. The art, to say the least, is yeah, they really missed the mark on the skin tone there. The first rule of making people art like this is to, of course, research, and research. And the artists really did not do well in that department. So it doesn't help either that their background was quite weird months later. So yeah, the following kind of event, the Noxer decided to part ways with the artist and went back to the good old profile pictures instead. That controversy, I'll agree, it's not really good. Yes, I wish that there would be player arts now in Season 3, but again, this controversy may come up again. And also, this art takes time and money to produce. So yeah, it's not feasible at all, and you might not see it in the future, even though they have a lot bigger things now like Ireland and Merge. So yeah. Now comes to the main event. The two controversies that really shaped the event forever and left some distaste to some people up until today. If you are on Twitter circle, of course, and maybe other places. First, Hole in the Wall. As you know, Hole in the Wall really is a glitchy game, especially if those walls come like miles per hour. Eventually, you will be able to glitch through them, and this tends to happen to people like Poro, for example. But with this event, it happened to Ace, and the thing that sparked a lot of controversy is him doing it and winning twice.
Spam the space bar, baby! Spam the space bar! Let's go! Let's go!
Absolute beauty.
Dude, I should have died so many times there.
I am 100% sure H is playing while wiggling his internet cable. He's like wiggling the internet cable.
Something like that. Hey, Filza.
This, alongside Sapnap's VOD review at the end of the event, makes this controversy quite big. And people think that he cheated. But this has been in the game since forever. Event number 1. It is really a hard issue to fix. The Nox crew tried to fix it in the next couple of events, but really it's still hard to fix. Like, you go on MCC Island, you may also be able to glitch through the walls as well. You see maybe recent MCCs like Pearl, she still glitched through the walls. So yeah, this really is just ping diff if you are on like other side of the planet or something. And yeah, it's not just a cheeky sheet. Spamming spacebars as well is also a common thing to do in the game, as if you hit the wall, you spam spacebar and play if you can phase through the walls or not. Everyone does that. So now the next one is even more controversial. So when it comes to content creator tournaments like MCC, or let's just put that aside, let's talk about programming terms here. You got a customer and you got a software development team. And let's say this is Scott, this is Nox crew. A customer approaches the development team and they said, oh yeah, let's code a Minecraft event that will be like here, November 2019. And you got that, you got the project, the Nox crew project, you then write out down the requirements, then you pick out the things that you need to do, like the decision dome, rocket split for example as well. You get that going, you code, you test, and then you bring up to the customer, let's say, hey, this is our final product, would you mind seeing if it works or not? So then Scott comes in and then he tests and then he gives feedback on how it could be improved to be more streamer friendly, for example. That's how a typical programming cycle works, or how it would be released, something like that. But this is a Minecraft tournament, not your typical software product. As Scott, with his testing, he's also involved in the tournament and plays in the tournament. And he may have some knowledge when it comes to games and potentially maps, I'd say the least. But it's just a typical software development project. It's the same cycle that normal software or companies use. So what gives? So I'll say this. If Filsa does not pull a left turn, then this would not become this controversial. But yep, he is in first, 60 seconds ahead of second place. And when Tapo asked the question, well, pitchforks were up. And there it goes. Yep, yeah, the chat goes wild. Redo? Well, it would be plausible if there's a tag from MCC 29, of course, where you can void games. But yep, Twitter and some of the MCC community really erupted, and that comes harassment towards Scott, even still possibly up to this date. Now, the thing that I will say as well that is controversial is that this is not cheating, but an oversight, to say the least. This really is one of the rare occasions where testing will become advantageous, as I mentioned a couple minutes ago. And to his defense, he only tested the bare skeleton bone of the map to see if these other 39 content creators would have a great time or not. And in his perspective, of course. But he was obviously wrong, as they were outright confused. But yeah, it's just, dude, if you think about it again, it's a programming cycle type deal. When you think deep when it comes to coding products like that. And yeah, it's just an oversight to see that, oh yeah, that is really advantageous now, because it was also so long. From December 2020 to May 2021 is a long time. Now, these two controversies were really blown out of proportion due to the hype of the event, because it was a 5-month gap, or 6-month gap to say the least. And yeah, that hype was ruined. And of course, as well, Sapnap stream that he did after he lost his dodgeball game against, of course, Scott's team, which involves in those two controversies. So Sapnap was really mad about it, as was maybe potentially his friends as well. But that stream alone adds the fuel to the fire. Even though some of his peers in that stream may say to not send hate, but the damage is already done. So for that, here are my final thoughts. I've said numerous times throughout this video, a glitch and an oversight, that's not cheating. Cheating would be blatantly using hacks like QR or something like that during the Minecraft tournament, or just doing something very sketchy in the event, like for example having somebody coming to you in a canon event, and just play for you, or cross teaming in survival games, or to get to the side or whatever. Well, to get to the side might not count, but whatever. But survival games, yeah. And it's just, dude, come on. When Sapnap does this glitch in the next event, why is it not considered as cheating? When Paul does this every single time in Hole in the Wall because she lives in Australia, did she cheat? And when Scott tested so many times in the past just to make sure the event is fun, does he cheat with that? Like, he does this from event 1 to see if MCC is good or not. And if you compare his history in the past and like his testing things, it's not that he had an advantage at all. But MCC 14 was like, oh yeah, 5 event gap, people are rusty. It is just like really an oversight to say the least. Looking back at this 2 years later, it really is stupid to say that, hey, Scott cheated, H-Bomb cheated, while these two things are just minor details that is blown out to a proportion because they won against maybe your favorites. It's just not it at all. At the end of the Minecraft event, like, dude, I want to show you this as well. At the end of Minecraft event, like this, it's just for fun. It's just like a simple thing like this, a coin like this. And if you're one of the guilty ones that said that, yeah, Scott cheated, you might want to sit back and analyze more of what happened and what follows next and what happened in the past. And then you may have a bigger picture that this is an oversight for Scott. The glitch in Hole in the Wall has been for like ages. So yeah, I hate when people just say that somebody cheated, or like I hate the harassment that Scott got for the last couple of years because of this tiny little oversight. Seriously. Hopefully there's no more of this. Next time we'll be figuring out as to what happened to MCC 15 Slime Llamas, the team that is infamous for, well, fruit lavaing himself. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Evolution. I know, it's a hard video. This is the first ever time that I make a dedicated video towards an opinion of mine. So, apologies if it's too harsh, and apologies if some of the takes are like not nonsense, but it's just my opinion anyway. Next week is Slime Llamas, and we're gonna figure out what the heck went wrong there. Like, you'd expect Fruit to be good at 12 games. Why did he lava himself? That is all. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't fight. Yeah, please. Okay. Keep on watching Twitch for hosts, guys. Bye bye.